Hey guys, Captain Walnut here with episode 4 on the AFBeast server, factions, PvP, base rating, you name it, it's a good time. So last episode we set up an infinite essence system, and you can see that I've got tons and tons and tons of full barrels, full drums of essence sitting around here, 256 buckets in each of them, which is a lot of essence. I think it's about time I set up an iron tank for it to store it, and also get the power system set up to start using this stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing this episode. Also, I figured out another way to do it. I've actually changed the essence system in between this time and last time because... Oop, I fell. If you look right here, I've got a certain thing in my safari net. It's actually a king slime, and they drop 20 levels when they die. 20 levels. That's a lot. So I've completely revamped the essence system to actually take advantage of that. Don't have it completely set up yet at the moment, so we're going to start out with that. But here we go. I can go inside here. And you can see it's kind of dark, I know. I'll throw down a torch. They need to spawn in the dark. I've got some auto spawners. I need to set up some wireless redstone yet for them. The tesseract above them. And then some dark glass. Thanks to Pricey for inspiring me with that. Set up above that so I can have light up on the top here. And what they do is they spawn in the air right here and then drop down to their death. The slimes are not, the big slimes don't seem to be affected by either water or conveyor belts on a big shelf. I used to have like a big shelf of water running out this way, down there at that this orange line level right there. But it wasn't really working. So I did that all in between the episodes so you guys wouldn't have to watch it or anything. So yeah. Alright, well, let's get to setting all this stuff up. So first off, oh boy, I'm going to need, what are these things called again? I'm going to need some abyssal blocks. So I should have some cooked up over here. Yep. Awesome. And of course, if I stick this in a crafting table, it'll turn it into the ornate blocks. So I've done a ton of mining in between the episodes and during the episodes as well. I'm getting caught on the conveyor belts. And so what that's allowed me to do is, I've basically gotten tons and tons and tons of ferrous ore so I can get the shiny ingots. Oh, he stole that during my raiding episode. Sam has raided Pricey yet again because Pricey's doing exams right now and hasn't had time to move or set up defenses. So Rare Blusky is kind of being a little mean and continuously raiding Pricey over and over again, which is kind of the point of the servers, so you can't blame him too much. Yeah. So let's stick this stuff up in here, and let's get the turtles first. So that's how I'm going to be killing them, is with turtles. I named them all Ebot because I thought that they would stack if I named them all the same thing. It'd be easier to carry them around in my inventory. Unfortunately not. But I should have them already all loaded up with the program. Yep. And I changed the program slightly because I am going to pull out the items with item pipes because they're going to be hooked up to the pipes anyway. So that way the turtle doesn't need to waste time pushing items out of it, dropping items. So that way it can focus on attacking. That's all it's really doing, is it's attacking, then waiting for a quarter of a second, and then attacking again. Yeah. Let's get these turtles placed up here. And now I need to get the item pipes set up. So let's get those. Or the item ducts, I guess they're called. Need these. I've got a wrench. Let's take this off my bar. There we go. So if I just put down all the item pipes, and then I can change it so that the it's facing out this way, and then put servos in, and then with an empty hand I can tell it to ignore the redstone signal, so it's already on and I don't need to put levers or torches here. I'm not going to actually use the filter settings or anything like that. And then there we go. So that's the item pipes coming out. And I'm going to go around and do that for the rest of them. And done. Due to good planning, I had exactly the right amount of servos and pipes on hand. So the next step we're going to do is, oh, by the way, before I get to that, I have chunk loaders here because we have decided that that we're going to be able to use chunk loaders as long as they're stable, or by stable I mean they're not moving around, so not turtle chunk loaders or anything like that. So anything that is a block and it's not moving, you can load the chunks, and we've decided that you can load a total of 16 chunks per player, which does not include the quarries or the portal, the little one chunk that's loaded when a portal is open. So let's cover up those pipes so it's not so ugly. Let's get these hollow ones out, which you just make by making a circle. Get out of there, Saul. Which you make by just making a circle like that. You can make hollow frames, but I don't want to make those right now. And I guess I don't need this right now. And let's get some of these. Which one do I want? I want this one. Set up, and yeah. Oh, and how I made these thicker bottoms was I just made this type of pillar with, and then I can actually show you. Let's get the thin one. You can see that this one's much smaller than that, but if you put it over, it actually thickens up the pillar a whole lot without making it a full block, which is a pretty cool effect. So it makes it look all cool and fancy like. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover up those chunk loaders. You see I'm just loading these 6 chunks because it's really hard to get chunk loaders. Come on, guy. It's really hard to get chunk loaders to they always want to load the chunk there in as well as the chunks around it. So you have to do, you can't do like multiples of 4 easily. Okay, because if I could have just loaded these 4 chunks, that would have been great. Yeah, so these hollow covers are going to go here so that the pipe can still connect up to the turtle, but it still looks cool and fancy like. So they're all going to go like that. And then the ornate hollow cover is going to go here and here, so it sort of matches up there. And then what I need to do is I need to put regular covers on the inside of this glass so you don't see the pipe from through the glass. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Just have plumbers over doing some work on my house. There's some galvanized pipes connected to copper pipes, and they are leaking kind of bad. Well, not leaking, they're cutting off the water flow because electrochemistry says that when you have 2 different metals connected to each other, you start to get corrosion happening, which is what was going on for me. What's that? How did that get there? Can I pick it up? Ow! Turtle, you attacked your master! Don't do that. Do not attack your master. That is not very nice. Hope you guys can see in here. I know it is kind of dark, but I can't really light it up much because of the slimes that need to spawn in here. Okay. Well, I'm going to go around and finish covering up all the pipes, and I'll be back with you. Okay, so now I got it all covered up, and it's all looking all nice now. Nice and fancy. You can't really put anything over the back of these turtles. I guess I could do something like that. But I don't know if I want to see the turtles, you know? The turtles actually look kind of cool. So you guys decide for me. Should I put some covers over the back of the turtle? Because if I do, you see it's going to sort of stick out a little bit from the rest of it, which isn't that big a deal. I'll cover up the other 2 just to show you what it looks like. So do you think that looks better? Having a nice smooth bare wall? Or I have to leave the front of them uncovered. You're going to be able to see them inside there. If I cover up the front of them, the big slime could get stuck on the top of the cover. I know, it's crazy, but it can happen. Or do you think this looks better? So the back of it covered up and sticking out a little bit, which is fine with me, or them exposed. I think I kind of like them exposed because you can sort of see what's going on. At the same time, that looks fancier. I don't know. Anyway, it's time to go flip the levers in these things and turn it on. I still need to, like I said earlier, I still need to set up a wireless redstone system. So let's go get ready to do that. In the meantime, I have made, using an auto spawner, you know, you can capture mobs coming out of an auto spawner, which is great, which is awesome. It's a great way to duplicate mobs. So before I go do that, though, I want to make sure the chest that's everything's going to go into. Yeah, you see here I have an item duct on dense going into a trash can. That's so when this chest started overflowing, I didn't, you know, lag the server with tons of items dropping on the floor. So what do I need to do here? Well, I've got plenty of slime from our previous adventures. Oh, wither spawn! Did they say something about it? No. Yeah, plenty of slime from our previous adventures. So I just want to make one row available. That's good enough for now. I'll come back and clean all this stuff up later. I just want to have enough room in this chest to see what types of items I'm going to get from that big slime. I know when I have fought him the past couple times to get stuff set up, I've noticed that you get some special tools and everything. Let's also drop this stuff off so it's not clogging up our inventory anymore. And you know what? I haven't shown you this yet. I'll get to that in a second. So we go in here. I've just got some dark glass in there to fill up this hole or any other holes I might accidentally make. So we have in here, I've renamed the Safari Net as a King Slime that won't despawn. I'm going to spawn exact copy. I've got plenty of mob essence, plenty of energy. Oh, the work's going to jump up real quick since the energy is completely full. I'm worried about dying in here, honestly. In fact, I'm so worried about dying that I'm going to just drop off all my good stuff so I don't have to go back in there and pick anything up. So, because those, I don't have any armor on, you see, and those slimes hit pretty hard. So, really wish I had a wireless red net or something like that set up. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, bail! Bail, bail, bail! Ha! I got out just in time. Okay, so this should work. There's one. Yeah. Awesome. Why aren't they getting killed? Hello? Oh, that's right. There's a glitch with the turtles now. There's a glitch with the turtles that you need to... Well, I need my pick. But, you gotta click on their interface before they actually start, attacking for the first time. I don't know why. It's a weird glitch, but you just gotta open it up, and then they'll be ready to go. See, now his sword's moving. It wasn't moving before, but now it is. So I just gotta go around and do that to all of them. So that means I gotta do that to those inside there. Can I click on it? Can I glitch through the crevice and click on it? No. Okay. So the only... Like how we all react, says LOL. Yes, let me get everything back out of here and I'll organize this in a second. Uh, didn't expect that. I thought he had impenetrable armor. How do you spell impervious armor? I don't even know how to spell things. I'm a bad speller. Shut up, guys. I hope you can still love me. Yeah. So if I do that, that, and that, then there we go. And then we can put these covers back on. I think I do like the look of the covers, actually, now that I'm looking at it more and more, but I'll still let you guys decide for me. So the king slimes spawn, turtles kill them right away. I have so many sewers in there, as you can see, because I found that the sewers, with my other system, I had a problem. I found that the sewers can only suck up a certain amount of XP, like at a certain rate. And so, since these guys are dropping tons and tons and tons of XP, then one sewer wouldn't be able to suck it all up, and I'd slowly collect XP orbs, and I'd lag the server that way. So now I've got plenty of sewers to suck everything up, and yeah, and over here I got tons of mob essence. So I should see these things filling up. Actually, it's going down. Why are you going down, fool? That's weird. Did I do a miscalculation? Are these slimes taking more to do? Uh-oh. I might have to debug it again. Okay, so this thing real quick. I grabbed some blaze spawners from the nether. The one I grabbed using a portal gun, the other one I grabbed using the whatchamacallit, the porta spawner, which you need a nether star to make. And then I've got another blaze egg or whatever, safari net, that's what it's called, in there, that I've made it so it can't despawn either. And it's not just renaming it, guys. It's an actual, not too complex, but it's still several steps long process you have to go through to make it so a mob won't despawn out of an auto spawner. And I'd love to tell you guys how to do that. I would absolutely love to tell you how to do that, but I don't want to because I don't want the other guys on the server to know. And I think most of them watch my videos, and so if I tell them, then they'll be able to make an OP power system like mine. So yeah, over here I've got where are my torches? Slot 1. This is weird having my inventory disorganized. Over here I've got this pulls the blaze rods out of there. I've got a dense item duct going to a trash can, and then those go into magma crucibles. But when they're fully powered, the one magma crucible stays well ahead of anything that this thing can produce. And then that creates lava, which goes down into magmatic dynamos, which powers both a rolling machine and some tesseracts, because rolling machines need Minecraft jewels, buildcraft energy. And so I'm using the rolling machine to make iron plates, so I can eventually build iron tanks, and store all my mob essence and whatever else I'm going to need to store. Then you got a geothermal generator set up down here with a CESU to store power, so I can eventually start setting up some industrial craft machines if I need to. This is not my final power setup. This is just temporary, so that I can so I can just do stuff while I'm building the rest of the fancy looking base. Yeah. Okay. Let's go check that chest and see what's in there. Anything cool appear in here? Oh, that's already full. So it looks like I got battle signs. Wonder how they do. Chisel. I don't care about the chisel. Shovel. I don't care about the shovel. Hatchet. That's actually kind of cool. And congealed slime, which you can eat. Awesome. So, oh, there we go. Sorry, mouse glitch. Let's go over here and check how much this guy hits for. Only hits for 2 hearts, but he's got a kind of a high durability. So I think I can only really get up to 5 hearts if I added tons and tons and tons of whatchamacallit stuff to it. Quartz to it to increase the sharpness. So I don't know about that. I don't know if that's a good trade-off. Oh, I should have checked the hatchet while I was over there. I don't even remember what hatchets are supposed to do. Hello, I clicked on you. There we go. My mouse, I think battery on my mouse is dying. Mining speed is 14. Oh, well, I don't care about that. Poop on you. You go away now. Okay. So the answer is it's not really worth keeping the drops from the king slime. I should just void pipe them immediately, or whatever. Unless you guys know of a good thing to do with the drops from a king slime, let me know, and I will attempt to do it. So do I have anything else here to show you? Oh gosh. Okay, my mouse battery has officially died. Oh no, it came back. Good job, mouse battery. You came back to life. Alright, I'm going to go change my mouse battery, and I'll be back with something else. And we're back. I got a whole bunch of stuff to show you. This is just a note to myself so I don't forget it, because it took me a minute to figure out exactly how much space I need. I did some experiments, and I died twice while doing it, which sucked. But yeah, so I've built the railcraft tanks, and these ones down here are actually kind of just decoration, because there's a drain on the bottom of this that's just sucking out all of the mob essence and putting it into a tesseract, and then that tesseract is probably pumping it back up to the top and then putting it back in. But these aren't just the only 2 mob essence tanks I have. Maybe you can see it from down here. Let's see. Yep. There you go. You can see one there, and let's actually go up top. The reason why I put them in there is because this is just a big, huge, dense area of stone, and so I figured I'd use it for something. So there we go. We have 2 more giant tanks of mob essence that are completely full. There's 2 tesseracts above this one that drain down to that one. That one drains down into that one, and that one has 2 drains going into the one on the left and the one on the right down below. So there is plenty of mob essence stored up in there. It only took like 2 hours to fill that up with these king slimes running on a fairly low speed. and you can see that's actually building up. I don't know why those two bottom iron tanks aren't actually filling right now. So I've been having a lot of trouble with them. These ones fill up right away though, so yay. Um, Now if I go down here, you can see I've got some other cool stuff set up. Starting to fabricate some of these gate things and the chipsets and stuff. Did it make me a gate? Yay, it made me a gate. Awesome. So that I can build an awesome system that I have here. So let's talk about powering the base for a second while we watch this thing work. So I could use any of the, super awesome, what am I doing? Here we go. There we go. Any of the super awesome and simple, ultra powerful, efficient generators, power generation methods that exist out there, including solars or biomass or anything like that. But I wanted to do something kind of unique and use mobs. And along that route, I could use these. Let's see if they pop up. There we go. The generators from extra utilities, especially this one right here, the Ender generator. It just lets you feed you Ender balls, and it makes a ton of MJs or anything like that, the Buildcraft energy units. And that would be great and all, but I think that's actually kind of boring. I don't actually want to use these, even though they're pretty cool. I want to build some complicated advanced system. So I still want to use the mob drops to do it, but I want to use some advanced systems. So I've got two options in mind right now. Option one is basically what I'm doing here right now, is having these blaze rods. Why is this one not running? Hello? Why you no go? Oh, because you're full of lava. Okay. Oh, that's... Then why you no go? Because you're not full. Okay. Yeah, so basically what I have set up right here, have these blaze rods turned into magma or lava by the magma crucibles, because that only takes, let's see if I can find it. One more, there we go. It only takes 20,000 RF, and it makes a quarter of a bucket. So 4 of those is 80,000 RF, and that makes a full bucket. And then with the full bucket, you can make, I believe, 180,000 RF with these magmatic dynamos. 240. I know it takes 240 to melt cobble down into lava, so it's somewhere around there. I don't know the exact number off the top of my head. And the nice thing about this system is it's fully expandable. Now, the other system I was thinking about doing would be using wither skeletons, because they have a 33% chance of dropping coal. And then I could use that coal in a railcraft boiler. So I could either put it in a creosote oven and turn into coal coke and then put it in the railcraft boiler, or I could put the coal in directly. Now, there's two problems with both of these systems that you can see my, if I do say so myself, my ingenious workaround for it, in that blazes drop very few blaze rods, and again, Endermen, or not Endermen, wither skeletons have only a 33% chance of dropping coal. So, and you saw earlier that this exact same setup I have in here with the 3 spawners was barely keeping just this one magma crucible fed, and now it's really pumping away here. It's doing a really good job of keeping these fed. And that's just with the, even though there's 3 spawners in there, there's actually only 1 operating at a time, because they all pay attention to how many mobs are nearby, just like normal vanilla spawners. So including that middle spawner there, it won't spawn anything if there's too many mobs within its, radius that it checks for. So I decided that I needed to figure out a way to fortune the drops of either the blaze or the wither skeletons, whichever one I decide to use. And so what I'm doing here is I've got a fancy little scythe I set up, because they attack in a 3x3 area, with a ton of all of the lapis that you can possibly put on it. Now the problem with that normally would be that this would break down over time, but the workaround I'm having is I have it infused with the same thing I have on these guys is the redstone energy cell. I have it, basically it uses flux instead of durability, which is great. But then the question becomes, how do I recharge it, and make sure it stays charged so it doesn't ever run out of charge and start actually destroying the tool itself instead of just using charge. So that's what this little system is here that I'm actually pretty proud of. So let me walk you through it. So right here on a wooden pipe that I have connected, you can see here I have the top set to output, even though there's nothing going out there. You have to do that so this guy knows that it's next to an inventory. And then I have just the basic, the very, very, very basic gate that you can do, checking if there's an empty inventory next to it. So if the inventory here is empty, then it turns on a redstone signal, right? That redstone signal comes here to a timer, which is actually about to tick over. Let's watch it tick over, shall we? It's going to tick over. Watch the redstone down here. Turns on, that disappears, then shows up over here. Shows up, it charges up. Once it's done charging up, it disappears over to here, and you can see it's back to full charge. Awesome, right? So I have this set to a minute-long delay. When there is, so basically, when something is in there, so basically when the scythe comes back from there, it knows, it says, okay, I just received something fully charged. Let's wait however long this is, so a minute, or however long I want to do, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes next time. And however long that is, then we'll go around and we'll tell this little item duct here with a pneumatic servo on it. Oh, right, it doesn't have a pneumatic servo because it's here. Let's tell this guy to turn on, so we apply a redstone signal to it. Now the redstone signal is set to 32 ticks because that's how, it needs to be a fairly long pulse, longer than a second for this guy to realize that it's supposed to be sucking items out. That pumps it over in here. Now this guy is pretty cool in that once it's done charging, it'll automatically eject it into over here where I have the corresponding configuration set up to accept, and there it goes. So then that entire time that charging process is going on, this gate is turned on, so it has a redstone signal, and that redstone signal keeps this timer from rotating. And then also while it's on, you see it's going to turn on right now. Oh, maybe it didn't. I don't know. There, while it's on, this guy's not going. You can see here in the graphics it's not going because I have this to enabled low. So since it's high, there, now it's on again. You can see in the graphics that it's on again. It's not attacking the blaze. So the great thing about that is the area of effect attacks a bunch of blazes or wither skeletons, whatever it's going to be at once, and then the fortune effect gets tons of drops from them. And then over there, that little black thing is a vacuum hopper. That's just how I'm collecting the drops. And then I have an upgrade in my sewer, so it can be sure to collect all the XP orbs, which is great. So using a similar system to this, we could actually set up a remote charging station for tools like my pickaxe or my cleaver or anything like that that uses flux, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. No more having to repair my tools or waiting for that moss to automatically repair them, because that takes forever and it kind of sucks when you're on a mining trip and then you get down to nothing and you're not in the sun, you're deep down in a cave and it takes like an hour to recharge. So yeah. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm actually really proud of this. It took me a long time to figure this out. And now the only decision I have to make is, do I want to use coal from wither skeletons? I should probably do some tests with that to see how much I get using my Fortune 3, or whatever it's called. What is this called? Looting 3. Using my Looting 3, or if I want to use the Blair's rods with the lava. The advantage with the lava is I can expand it as much as I want, but I might end up needing a ton of machines for the base I'm planning. But the other thing that I say with the coal is I can use one of those railcraft boilers, and that produces a ton of power. It's kind of like an end game power source. So I don't know which one I want to do, but yeah. Alright guys, well, I have been recording for like 25 minutes now, and I think it's time to call it an episode. We'll continue this next time. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.